Tell me if you can relate to this. You got into the credit card rewards game with the hopes of free travel, but the more often you use your card, the more you realize that your dream vacation seems to be further and further away. Perhaps that's because that business or first class plane ticket will cost hundreds of thousands of miles, and so will the hotel you want to stay at. Welcome to the credit card game, where there are at least 6 uncomfortable truths that you'll have to learn to get very comfortable with. Let's talk about each one of them so that way if you ever start to feel uncomfortable, you'll at least know why and perhaps get more creative to find a way around it to actually win with this game. Uncomfortable truth number 1. Rewards multipliers can mislead you. For those of you who have a Hilton Honors American Express Surpass card, you might have been very happy to find out that you can earn 12 points per dollar when you spend at Hilton hotels. And for those of you who instead chose to get the World of Hyatt credit card, you may have been disappointed to see that you only earn 4 points per dollar when you spend at Hyatt hotels. That's 3 times less than your friend over there with the Surpass card is earning. However, just because your friend is earning points at a much faster rate than you are, that does not mean they're getting necessarily more value. Check this out here. With that Hilton Honors Surpass card, the 12 points per dollar is actually equal to about a 6% return. That's because Hilton points on average are only worth 0.5 cents each. Looking back to the World of Hyatt credit card, the 4x multiplier here is also equal to a 6% return on average. That's because Hyatt points are more valuable. One of those equals 1.5 cents. This time we have the City Premier card, which earns triple points at gas stations and on hotels. We'll be comparing it to the Wyndham Rewards Earner Business credit card, which earns 8 points per dollar at the same gas stations and this time exclusively at Wyndham hotels. As for the returns, the City Premier will give you 5.1%. That's because one City Thank You point is on average worth 1.7 cents. For the Wyndham card, the return here is 5.6%. That's because one Wyndham Rewards point is worth on average 0.7 cents. As you can see, the point multipliers themselves do not tell the entire story. Knowing the actual return you get for the dollars you spend on the card is much more important. So how do you actually work around this and make it work for you? Well, it comes down to knowing the value of what points are worth from one program to another, which I'll show you a little bit later on in this video. Uncomfortable truth number 2. Your points and miles lose value the longer you save them. Marriott now charges up to 150,000 points per night for award stays. Bad news. World of Hyatt announces category changes. 214 hotels to soon require more points. Price increases go worldwide. United mileage rates jump by up to 122%. Ouch. Alaska mileage plan devalues Japan Airlines awards. And to give you another example from Hyatt, here's their current award chart. I remember very fondly when there was no such thing as off-peak, standard, and peak. They were all just standard rates. And also with the category 8 there at the bottom, there was also a time when category 8 did not exist at all. So what's the main workaround for all this? Well, it's to use your points once you have them ready. If you're saving up for a big trip and you need 200,000 points, once you have them, go on the trip. I would not keep saving year after year and hoarding more and more points to the point where you've now got 2 million points, and now all those 2 million points, let's say they were worth, 20,000 bucks. Now they're only worth 14 grand. There are no scarcity of points in this game at all. You can always earn more once you redeem them, so redeem them and enjoy the experiences that you can get from traveling to wherever you want to go. Uncomfortable truth number 3. You might or might not earn as many points as you thought. Here's a purchase that I made at an on-site restaurant at the Hilton Fort Lauderdale Marina Hotel. I just got some food, beverage, etc. for $51.25, and I charged it to my Hilton Honors Business credit card, which, as you can see on the graphic here, earns 12 points per dollar at Hilton properties or 6x on dining at restaurants within the US. Looking at my rewards total, I earned 612 points, so that was 12x off of my $51 purchase. That's an example of earning more points than I thought. I made a restaurant charge, but it was at a hotel property, therefore I earned at the hotel rate, but that may not always hold true. I did something very similar here by purchasing food and drink at an on-site Starbucks at the Venetian Hotel in Las Vegas. It was $8.67, charging to my American Express Gold card, which, as you can see, would normally earn 4 points per dollar at restaurants. And typically, Starbucks will count as a restaurant for this purchase and earn 4x. However, for my $8 and change purchase, I only earned 9 membership rewards points, so an earning rate of 1 point per dollar. Every time I've made a purchase at a Starbucks not on site at another hotel or convention center or whatever, I've always earned 4x. How about this charge for some drinks at a pool hall / bar / restaurant? It was the Huddle in Costa Mesa, California, $36.50 on the Amex Gold card. Again, here only earning 1x points. Despite it showing as a restaurant - bar and cafe transaction, I did chat with American Express and they told me that the charge would only earn base points, that is 1x, because the merchant's primary business is bar and cafe. They went on to inform me that I may not earn the additional rewards at a restaurant located within another establishment. For example, a restaurant inside of a hotel, casino, event venue, food court, or a campus building like at a college university, for example. They even told me what I showed you all earlier, where a purchase made at a restaurant located within a hotel may be recognized as a purchase at a hotel, not a restaurant. If you want some more insight about what's really going on here, just look over to the Citi Custom Cache's fine print, because Citi does a great job of outlining this type of stuff. When you dig into the terms here about what counts, for example, gas stations, they say that it excludes gasoline purchases at warehouse clubs, discount stores, convenience stores, or other merchants that do not use the gas station merchant category code. And what are these mysterious merchant category codes, or MCCs for short? Well, Citi has a 30+ page PDF all about them and says that they're used to identify the type of business in which a merchant is engaged. Here's an example of what they look like for the transportation services category. So these are all the codes, all of which are 4 digits, that basically identify a transaction category. While there is some degree of consistency about this, these codes may vary a bit from one issuer to another, even one network to another as well. So Visa may not always be the same as the MasterCard network, for instance. And it really comes down to how an individual business is set up on the network and how it codes. So that's why you might earn at a hotel rate at the restaurant, or the restaurant might just be an actual restaurant itself, separate from the hotel, based on how the business is set up. Unfortunately, I don't have a workaround for this for you all. There's no way to know exactly for sure how a business will code until you actually do it. Now, for all the points that you do earn correctly, if you want a really simple way to keep track of them all, especially across different cards from different banks, check out today's sponsor called MAXREWARDS. MAXREWARDS is an app that allows you to keep track of multiple credit cards, rewards, benefits, and more all in one place. This includes seeing your balances both in dollars and rewards across all of your cards together and individual cards. You can then switch over to the summary view and see how much you've been spending by week, month, and year. And this goes not just for the dollars you've spent, but also for the rewards that you've earned as well, which is a great feature at the gold level. Then, whether you're transacting close to home or on a trip, MAXREWARDS can also recommend the best card to use to earn the most amount of rewards, either by location near you or by spend category. Also, at the gold level, MAXREWARDS can activate all of your card-linked offers, like Amex offers, Chase offers, and more, and it does so automatically. That way you can earn even more cash back or rewards without even having to think about it on top of your regular rewards. By the way, if you ever wondered how much value you got on a card from the rewards and benefits compared to the annual fee, MAXREWARDS can show you that too. So if you'd like to try MAXREWARDS, either the totally free version or the elevated gold level with even more features, check out the link down below in the description where you can get a 1-week free gold trial plus a 1-month discount as well, either by using the link directly or by downloading the app and using the code MARKR. Now back to the rest of the video. Uncomfortable truth number 4. Using airline or hotel cards for your everyday spend is usually a losing strategy. I've got a feeling a lot of you didn't want to hear that, but here's why. Airline and hotel cards earn rewards that typically are worth less, have less flexibility, and lose value faster and more often. Here's a fantastic table of point and mile values from the 1 mile at a time blog. These are all averages. It's definitely possible to get more or less value than these, but they are great averages for comparison. So here we're looking at a lot of the airlines, all the way from the very top here down to Etihad Guest, and you'll notice that most of them are 1.1 up to around 1.5 cents per mile for a very few programs that actually have that high of a value, but most are 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. Scrolling down a bit further here with Iberia, again 1.3. Korean, which is pretty hard to earn a lot of miles in their program. They're a very high value program at 1.5. Also, Turkish tends to be pretty good, although they had a major devaluation as well. And then we have some more 1.1s and 1.2s. Taking a glance over at the hotel programs, other than Accor Live Limitless and the World of Hyatt program, which are the two outliers for the most valuable hotel point currencies, all of the others are sub 1 cent per point. And finishing off here with the bank-specific programs that are not tied to any specific travel program, all of these average around 1.7 cents per point. What does that tell you? Well, the best points to earn are these transferable / flexible point currencies, like Chase Ultimate Rewards points, American Express membership rewards points, Capital One Venture or Spark Miles, Citi Thank You points, and Built Rewards points. There's also some very high likelihood that Wells Fargo will be launching a transferable point program as well. So if that comes to pass, we can also add them to this list as well. If you see transferability, that means typically much higher potential value because you have so many more options. And that's why we focus on these currencies, because on average, they're worth a heck of a lot more. That high flexibility gives you way more options to build more creative itineraries and get to more places. And they preserve value a lot better because they are not tied to the value of a single program. But there are some exceptions for those of you who really do like your airline or hotel credit card. The cases where you may want to actually spend on those cards even as your primary default card would be the following. First up would be the benefits. Some of them may be conferred outright, or you may have to earn them through spend. This includes things like elite status, the companion pass perhaps, an annual free night certificate at a hotel, a free checked bag benefit, extra credits that you can use to get statement credits to reimburse you for purchases, so on and so forth. Also, if you want to earn program-specific points or miles. Say you've got 60,000 Delta Sky miles, but you need 70,000 to make your flight happen. Well, pulling out your Delta Sky Miles credit card and using it to earn the extra 10,000 miles could be great, because now you've actually made a trip possible for yourself that you would have to pay full cash for otherwise earlier. We call that topping off your account. You have a certain amount of points, you need a few more, so you just go earn them and then you're done with that. But again, overall, I would not be focusing on just earning Delta Sky Miles for the points or miles sake. All of the benefits that the card may give you could be very much worthwhile, however, to some people. Moving on to uncomfortable truth number 5. The credit card game has rules, and ignoring them hurts. Many of you are probably aware that the Delta Sky Miles Reserve card gives you an annual companion certificate. But did you know that the certificate is not technically yours and it can be taken away? Here's what the terms say. Companion certificate is the property of Delta Airlines and must be surrendered or returned upon request. Delta reserves the right to cancel, rescind, or void any companion certificate if the card is canceled or downgraded within 60 days of the date that the annual fee is billed to the card. How about the Chase Freedom Flex, which occasionally runs elevated welcome offers that a lot of people want to get? You'll notice, however, that the fine print does say that the product is available to you if you do not have this card, meaning already open, and if you have not received a new card member bonus for this card within the past 24 months. Then we have the American Express Gold card, which also runs elevated offers. But if you want to get in on this, you also have to read the offer terms here. You may not be eligible to receive a welcome offer if you have or have had this card, the Premier Rewards Gold card, the Platinum card, or as you keep reading, any of the other versions of the personal Platinum card. And finally, say you wanted to get one of the Wyndham Rewards credit cards. And while these cards are actually pretty decent from a hotel card perspective, the overall points that they earn in the Wyndham Rewards program have a pretty ridiculous expiration policy that no other program that I'm aware of at least has. The second half of the terms are pretty standard, which says all accrued points in a member's Wyndham Rewards account may be canceled or forfeited if the member has no account activity for a period of approximately, but never less than, 18 consecutive months. But it's the first part that really bites. Except as may otherwise be required under applicable law, Wyndham Rewards points expire 4 years after the checkout date of the stay for which the applicable points are posted to the member's account. Translation: your Wyndham points earned from your Wyndham credit cards or from your stays at their properties expire every 18 months, but you can of course reset that clock every time you have activity. So meaning you earn or redeem points. Whenever you do that, that resets the 18 months. But regardless of that, every 4 years, no matter how much activity you have, your oldest points that turn 4 years old will be forfeited / expired, and that's the end of that. That's the part that most programs don't have, and it's great to be aware of it, because if you want to save up your points for a few years for a big redemption later, it better be under 4 years. Otherwise, you might end up with close to 0 points. Main takeaway here, read the fine print. That way you know how to use the benefits that you have. And uncomfortable truth number 6, many benefits are designed to make you spend more. Do you really think that the $300 Equinox credit on the American Express Platinum Card is designed to have you spend $300 and no more? Obviously not. If you look at the Equinox membership prices, one of the clubs in Florida, most Equinoxes will charge between $200 and $300 per month for the membership anyway. So basically your card covers 1 or 1.5 months at best. The goal of a credit like this is of course to drive more memberships and traffic towards Equinox, but once you're in their system, by the way, Equinox has a 12-month contract that you sign. You don't go month to month until your first year is over. So really a $300 credit is designed to have you spend probably $3,600 or more. What about that $155 Walmart Plus credit? Well, this one's actually very interesting. Of course, again here, the main reason why Walmart and Amex partnered, of course, they have some good agreement, but Walmart, what they needed on their side was, of course, more members and more spending going into their membership-based plan, which is called Walmart Plus. So Walmart is tapping into Amex's marketing and distribution channels to reach more people. But why would Amex and of course Walmart partner up? Well, because they're probably going after more affluent, higher spending types of people. Based on the data gathered by payments and posted here in this post, we see that the Amazon Prime members, as an example, spend 113% more than non-Amazon Prime members. And then by contrast, Walmart Plus, those members spent 15% more than non-members. Additionally, at Costco and Sam's Club, of those members who have memberships, they spent 101 to 109% more in store than non-members. So while Walmart does have a lot of catching up to do to get anywhere close to Amazon, regardless, the numbers and the data still reflect that once you're in the paid annual membership plans, you tend to spend more than those who don't. That's probably why they chose to do a Walmart Plus membership credit on the Amex Platinum Card and not a general Walmart credit. They want the people who are going to spend more on average. The City Premier card also has a pretty cool $100 annual savings for hotel purchases, but looking at the terms, it must be off a single hotel stay of $500 or more and does not count taxes or fees. It also must be booked directly through City's channel, because City, with their back-end travel provider, probably gets a much greater commission off the deal than otherwise. Having that $500 minimum does away with all the maximization strategies of trying to do, for example, 2 $50 stays or 1 $100 night just to get the credit and nothing more. To give you all one more example, the Advantage Aviator Red World Elite MasterCard gives you an anniversary companion certificate, but only if you put $20,000 of spend through the card and keep the card open for 45 days after your anniversary date, meaning of course that you paid the annual fee again. The only workaround that I see here is to use your brain and ask yourself what you value. Would you rather spend 20 grand, assuming you're going to do that anyway, and end up with one certificate for a flight and some Advantage miles that only are really good for AA flights and their partners? Or would you rather have that 20 grand spent go on some other cards to either earn welcome offers or to earn transferable miles, which are good for many airlines, many hotels, cruises, and more. With all that said, that's a wrap for our 6 uncomfortable truths in the credit card game. If you enjoyed this video and believe it could benefit and educate other people, especially as they're new and coming into the credit card rewards game, please help me get this video in front of them by telling YouTube that it's worth watching, by giving it a like, subscribe, and of course turn those notifications on. That way you'll be alerted to more great videos like this one. Also, check out the links down below in the description area to earn some more cash back when you shop online through Rakuten. You can also change your rewards preference from cash back to earn Amex membership rewards points if you like. To sign up for MAXREWARDS, which is a great app to manage multiple credit cards, rewards, benefits, and more all in one place. And to view my site with some great credit card offers that I've organized into different categories to help you find the cards that you like best. Additionally, for the days that I'm not posting a video, check out the community tab of the channel where I post a lot of great deals, breaking news, and more that you definitely want to be informed about. I thank you all for watching today's video. I hope it brought you some great value. Of course, if you think of any more uncomfortable truths, let me and the community know down below in the comments. And in case you feel like learning more about the credit card game, here's another video to keep the information train going. I'll see you over there.